I command that thing to go now. I want you to make a stock taking of your life. Check yourself. Is your door rejection? Because rejection could have happened in many ways. You know, there is a prenatal rejection. To be rejected even before you were born. You were told by your mother that never wanted you, you were a mistake. Which means the spirit of rejection began even before you were born. So you were rejected before you were born. You are called a mistake. There is a rejection in the womb. Some of you, your parents wanted to even abort you. Then it means the spirit of rejection was already fighting you. Or it was even rejection after birth. To a point that some of you could have been given away. Go and grow with your grain or somewhere. You never even had the love of the father and the mother because rejection was somewhere, somehow in your life. But there is another worse rejection, is self-rejection. When the demons of darkness begin to bring you to the state of rejecting yourself, and you're beginning to utter certain words like, I am nothing. Everything I do will amount to nothing. Some people just fear rejection. The reason they keep falling into wrong hands is because they are fearing rejection. So they end up coming into a state of having inability to give or receive love. In other words, they suffer what I call love starvation. I don't know where I got that from, but in other words, there is no love around you to a point that you yourself, you are failing to give or receive it. Even when somebody would say, I love you, you would say, I see through you. You think it's a demon speaking. Because you have been rejected so much that you begin to think that nobody is capable. So rejection is dangerous. So rebellion, when I talk of rebellion and rejection, they are at the core of these personality dysfunctions. Under rebellion, you'll find that cluster of self-will. The self-will that will go into selfishness. And when it gets into this selfie, it's about me. It's my life. It's my space. And it enters a level of stubbornness. And when it enters a level of stubbornness, it brings disobedience. And it brings an anti-submissiveness. You will refuse, even when the Bible says, ye shall submit to your husband, and say, never. Submit to what? that anti-submissive spirit begins to stand. Even if God says submit, you say no. To a point that you will even suffer to submit even to leadership. You will suffer to submit even at work. That, okay, this is my boss. This is the one that must give me direction on this. You will fail because you are now struggling with a spirit of anti-submissiveness. And it will bring a spirit of aggression. And it begins to bring another cluster of a spirit that is a spirit of being unteachable. I know you don't like me today, but I'm telling you the truth. That if you are double-minded, there are things that are going to cause a problem in your life. I spoke about bitterness. What is the root? Are you not bitter? Because the root of bitterness is serious. It goes with a cluster of resentment. And it usually goes with unforgiveness. Because you are so bitter. You can't see. How do I forgive this person? And we are not seeing that underlying that there is hatred now. It's not just unforgiveness, there is hatred. And because there is hatred, it brings another spirit called anger. And when it brings the spirit called anger, it brings another one called retaliation. It's a bones. I want to show him. I'll show him. And when you say now, you are bringing that retaliation spirit, now comes murder. You are beginning to operate, playing with a spirit of being a murderer. Because you may end up now killing to wanting to prove your point. And you begin to have a spirit of memory recall. You begin to, your problem is now acting heavily on your head. Now you become a real schizophrenia. You are now a double-minded person. Now this double mind is controlling you. And it brings other things, hesitating, irresolute, doubt. You are unstable, unreliable. You are uncertain, you are unrealistic. But everything calls the other. Because these demons, they operate in clusters. And what is so amazing is that when you look at the psychiatric and psychological way of it, then you get what is called paranoia. When you're now paranoid, you build things. Oh, he came at 5 o'clock because he was with another woman. You have no evidence, but you are building it. You are now struggling with a demon of paranoia. You are a paranoid schizophrenia. Then there is envy. Then there is suspicion, distrust, confrontation, delusions. You are suffering from what we call a delusions of grandeur, grandiose delusion. We have built things that are not there. And people can be pushed with that spirit right up to divorces, pushed right up to leaving your blessing. Because now, the person sitting next to you don't trust. But the truth, has the person done anything? No. You are building it. Even if somebody phones and there's a small voice on the phone, it's a woman. If the person falls or the other has a deeper voice, is a man. And yet it was her sister. Just because you felt, in other words, you're going to reconstruct that voice in your head. Hey, paranoia is dangerous. You reconstruct it. An innocent phone that comes in is not innocent to you. Who was that? Huh? If it was in the kitchen and we were sitting in the dining room, he's approaching the dining room just trying to listen. Sakazos dusty sitafula. You are not cleaning the table all along just because I'm on a phone now. And why do you leave the table in the kitchen where it's dead? You are coming to where I'm sitting. There's nothing there. The truth is that now we have developed into a mental illness. So a case. Finally, Ward 56. So we madness, Perale. Insanity, mania, retardation, senility. So we are hallucinator. We are seeing things. We are hearing things. Huh? Ama science is when you begin to think somebody is calling you angakbisi. If you talk, you talk. You are alone in nobody is there. Huh? You are beginning to see stuff, hear stuff. That's what antipsychotics, tranquilize. Ube more worse, like this. So when these tablets were giving you, it's because so jump ama lines.